Hello friends, myself Mukul Barwant, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Sanjeevani Arts, Commerce Science College. I am going to deliver lecture on the topic tissue system in a vascular tissue system. Let's see what is the vascular tissue system. The vascular tissue system is nothing but the transporting tissue system. So in the plant there are the some part some molecular synthesis or the some part there is a absorption of molecule has the done, but there is a transporting, there is no another tissue is present. For such transporting some tissue are present such as a xylem and the phloem, that are the two types of tissue. Xylem are made for the transport of water and minerals from the root to the different part they are required, and the phloem it is nothing but the tissue are made for the transport of food, or transport of food from to leaf to the where they are needed, that means root, stem, or the any other part there that food are required, that are the conducting tissue, transporting tissue, or the vascular tissue system. It is a complex type of tissue. Why it is known as complex type of tissue? There is xylem as well as phloem are present combinedly, hence it is known as a complex type of tissue. Tissue made up of two types components, xylem and the phloem. Xylem perform the function of transport of water, and the phloem perform the function of transport of food. The vascular tissue, xylem and phloem arranged togetherly is known as a stele. Okay, stele it is nothing but the in a one structure xylem and phloem is present, that is known as a stele. The vascular tissue generally present in a spermatophyta and the some members of a cryptogams, that is a pteridophyte. From the pteridophyte, angiosperm, gymnosperm, three groups vascular tissue are present. But in a cryptogams, algae, fungi, lichen, and the bryophyte, mostly vascular tissue are absent. Vascular tissue, that means conducting tissue, are generally absent. Let's see the component of vascular tissue. There are two types of component, generally xylem and the phloem. Xylem and phloem are made up of a different component. First, xylem is made up of xylem sclerenchyma, xylem parenchyma, then tracheids and vessels. That are the component of xylem. Phloem, phloem it is made up of four component: phloem sclerenchyma, phloem parenchyma, sieve tube, companion cell. Let's see any type of a xylem. When we take a section, there only we can see the transverse section of a xylem, only there is structure are present, but that structure it is a longitudinal, that is in the xylem it is a pipe like structure. In that four component are the complex. First, in the middle there is a tracheids. Outside of a tracheids there are the xylem vessel. Outside of xylem vessel, xylem parenchyma, and outside of xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, that means xylem sclerenchyma are present. Let's see the detailed structure of each component. Xylem parenchyma, xylem sclerenchyma, tracheids, and the vessels. Let's see in first figure tracheids, then second figure vessel, then xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. That are the entire structure compactly present. That is known as a xylem. Let's see first xylem parenchyma. It is a living tissue of a xylem. Xylem parenchyma intercellular space are absent. Between the two cell of a xylem parenchyma, intercellular space are absent. Xylem parenchyma cell with the thin cell wall. Let's see xylem parenchyma having the cell wall, it is a thin. The cell store the food material in the form of a starch. In xylem parenchyma store the food material in the form of a starch. That are the general and the basic characteristics of a xylem parenchyma. You have to remember it. First, it is a living cell. Intercellular space are absent. Cell wall is thin and it stores food material in the form of a starch. That are the structure of a xylem parenchyma. Then next, xylem sclerenchyma. Let's see, previously we have a see sclerenchyma is divided into two types, fibers and the scleroid. Fibers, it is nothing but a elongated structure that is known as a fiber. Okay, and that fiber it is nothing but a narrow tube like structure which having the tapering ends that is known as a fibers. This sclerenchyma cell in the fiber xylem fiber, it is nothing but it is a cell of a sclerenchyma which is also called as a dead cell. Xylem sclerenchyma are in the form of a fiber cell. It is a thick cell wall and the elongated and both having the tapering ends. Sclerenchyma cell, it is a dead cell and it may be a septate or a aseptate. Septate means there are the in that fiber there are the some pores are present and the pores are distinguished separately by the cross wall that is known as the septate. And aseptate, that means pores are present but that not distinguished by the cross wall, that is known as the xylem sclerenchyma. Simple concept are given. Cell are first character xylem fiber, it is a one type of a sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is the dead tissue. Cell wall is thick and the elongated and the tapering at the both ends. Okay, they may be a septate or aseptate. Septate, that means on that fiber there are the small pores are present or the nucleus are present and that nucleus may be separated by the cross wall that is known as septate. And aseptate, that means that is not separated. Let's see in this figure. Tracheids are given. In that small pores are present, that is known as a aseptate. Red color pores are present, but in that red color there is a cross wall between the two pores. Cross wall is present, that is known as a septate xylem fiber. Hope you have understand the concept of a xylem fiber. Let's see the tracheids. Two parts are completed, xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Now third part, that is a tracheid. These are true cells with intact cross wall. It is a fundamental type of a cell. The tracheids, it is elongated with a tapering at both ends. When it mature, it become a non-living without the protoplast. Tracheids is divided into two components. Longer component is known as a metaxylem and the smaller component is known as a protoxylem. Let's see tracheids. Tracheids, that means a track. Okay, that are the name are given tracheids. The entire water transport are done by this track. For that purpose it is known as a tracheids. That means most of water is transported through the tracheid. It is a fundamental type of a cell. In that tracheids, it is a elongated structure. There is a protoplast or nucleus are present, but that nucleus may be in a septate. That means a cross wall, it is not present in that between two nucleus. It is a non-living. When it is mature, it become a non-living. That means a dead protoplast. When they are young, it become a that pores that become is act as a protoplast or a nucleus. But when as it is maturing, that nucleus will be dead, lost their activity. For that purpose protoplast who is completely dead. This trachea consists two component, metaxylem and the protoxylem. Protoxylem, it is nothing but the new xylem, newly formed xylem, and the metaxylem, it is nothing but the old xylem. In this way, the tracheids are performing their function, their meaning, and the characters. The tracheids are classified on the basis of their uh, structure of a trachea or the thickening on that tracheids. First, spiral tracheids. Thickening means was on that tracheids there is a design, specific design are made. For that purpose, tracheids are classified into five types. First, spiral tracheids. There is a deposition of lignin in the spiral manner in the form of a spiral ring. Hence, that trachea it is known as a spiral tracheids. Annular tracheids, annular, that means entire circular ring are present. Such type of tracheids is known as a annular tracheids. Then reticulate tracheids, like network like venation are present on the tracheids, that is known as a reticulate tracheids. Scalariform tracheids, transverse bands of a lignin deposition are the form, that is known as a scalariform tracheids, or the scales are present. Then pitted tracheids, there is a small pores formed by the lignin deposition, that is known as a pitted tracheids. That are the five types of tracheids that have given by the deposition of a lignin. That types and that design developed due to only one condition, when lignin deposition. Last type, that is a vessel. Last part of xylem, that are the vessel. It is a look like a pipe structure. It do not have any cross wall, that means it is a aseptate. They are lignified. They shows presence of vessel, that are the key characteristics of a angiosperm. It is only one vessel, it is only one characters that are present in only angiosperm. We can easily distinguish it. The secondary wall of a vessel develop in a various way. The annular ring, spiral ring, helical, and the reticulate pitted vessels also are present. Vessels, it is nothing but the pipe-like structure. It do not have any cross wall between the two cells or the two pores. They are the lignified. Lignified, that means on the vessel there is also deposition of a lignin. In angiosperm and gymnosperm, we are doing the differentiation. There is one most important character vessel, it is present only in a angiosperm. Then there is a deposition of lignin. There are different types of vessels. First, annular ring, spiral ring, helical ring, reticulate, and the pitted ring. It is some types of vessels. Then last, function of a xylem. Xylem, it is a conduction of do the function of conduction of water and minerals, salt, and invascular plant. Secondary function of xylem, storage of food such as a starch, oil, and the other substance. It store the another material such as the crystal, gum, and a resin. That are the some important function performed by the xylem inside the plant. I hope you have understand the concept of a xylem, what is xylem, part of xylem, and function of xylem. Now next, phloem. First part, that is a sieve tube, then phloem sclerenchyma, phloem parenchyma, companion cell. Inside the diagram you can see in the center there are the sieve tubes. Between the two sieve tubes there are the sieve plate are present. Near the sieve tube there is a phloem parenchyma is present. Outside of phloem parenchyma there are the companion cell are present. Outside of a companion cell there are phloem sclerenchyma is present. That are the structure of a phloem. Let's see first sieve tube. It is a central tube like structure present in a phloem and it is made up of a sieve cell. The central in near the diagram we can the structure central tube like structure are present, that is known as a sieve tubes. Sieve tubes is made up of a sieve cells. In that sieve tubes there are the crosswall is present and each section there is a cell are present, that is known as a sieve cell. Mature sieve tubes it is a nucleated. When they are young there is a nucleus are present in that each sieve cell, but when they are mature that is a nucleated, that means a nucleus is totally lost their activity, that means nucleus is a absent. They passes the perforated sieve plate and that doing the function of straining of food material. At the top and the end there is a sieve plate is present. Sieve plate that is doing the function of straining of food material, that is like a sieve. They sieve, that means during the tea preparation we use a sieve to straining only the liquid material in your cup. Such straining it is also present in a phloem. Only liquid material or that material needed to the target region, that only transport through the sieve plate into the sieve tube. Sieve tube it is not common in families such as the Poaceae, Orchidaceae. That means the sieve tube is absent in that family, that is Poaceae and the Orchidaceae. All herbs and the wines usually highest sieve tubes. That means herbs and the wines plant having the highest amount of a sieve tube. Next it is a companion cell. The cell are small spherical isodiametric. Near the sieve tube companion cell are present. They possess the prominent nucleus, one or more companion cell associated with the sieve tubes. Let's see where are the companion cell are present. Between the two sieve tube there are the green color structure are present, that is known as a companion cell. Between the two companion cells there is a association of one cell or the one tissue, that is known as a companion cell or a tissue. It is associated with the sieve tube. Companion cell are the special type of parenchyma. It occurs only in angiosperms. It is occurs only in angiosperm. That is one more characters, one more basic characters. Let you have understand that concept of a companion cell. Next, outside in the center there is a sieve tube present. Between the two sieve tubes one companion cell is present, and outside of companion cell there is a phloem parenchyma is present. Let's see phloem parenchyma. It is a living type of tissue. It present below or near to the companion cell. Phloem typically consists parenchyma cells other than the companion cell. But some students get confused. Companion cells also in a parenchyma or living in nature. Why there is a need of a companion? Why there is need of a phloem parenchyma? It is the other than. There is only one nature companion cell, that is only one in nature in a parenchyma. but they do not perform all function of a parenchyma. For that purpose, phloem parenchyma is present. There are the various terms given to their cell on the basis of the shape and the function. For the phloem parenchyma, there are different terms are given on the basis of the shape and the structure. It is a present in a monocotyledon plant. Parenchyma may be a lacking in a some phloem in the plant. Parenchyma may be lacking in a some phloem. Let's see that how I have explained each structure that is not present in all plant. Out of that out of out of four parts there are only present three, only present two, all four parts not present in every plant. For that purpose all parts I have taken. Then sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, it is nothing but the outside structure of a phloem. It is a dead in nature. For that purpose it gives the protection to the inner part. The cell are rare or absent of phloem in a living pteridophyte and some gymnosperms. That phloem sclerenchyma generally absent in a some gymnospermic and the some pteridophyte plants. Why they are absent? Because that having the primitive stage of a vascular tissue, so that there is an absence of a phloem sclerenchyma. But many of seed bearing plant fibers are present, primary and the secondary phloem. It is in the form of fiber giving the protection and strength. It is also known as a dead tissue. Let's here are the parts are the upper then function of a phloem. The most important function of a phloem, it is the transport of food material. The phloem transport of organic food develops from the leaves to the storage organ to the growing point. Phloem sclerenchyma gives the highest vascular. Phloem sclerenchyma is the highest vascular plant which giving the strength and support to the plant. Strength and support to the plant. Primary phloem and the secondary phloem store the secondary metabolites. Some secondary metabolites are present, some strength and the support are giving in angiosperm and gymnosperm plant. And transport of organic food where are synthesized in the leaf to the different organ. Transport of a food, it is the main function of a phloem. Beside that there are the some secondary function that performed by the phloem. Here are the your parts of a vascular tissue are completed. There is one more concept during the studying of a vascular bundle. Most of students get confusing vascular tissue and the vascular bundle. Vascular bundle, it is nothing but the arrangement of a xylem and phloem on the basis of the vascular bundle are made. Vascular bundle is a strand of a conducting tissue when together the xylem and phloem is combinedly present, that is referred as a vascular bundle. Vascular bundle is a primary or a secondary. Vascular bundle is a living or a dead. They doing the function coordinately transport of food and water, that are also doing the function of giving the mechanical strength and support. Let's see vascular bundle. It is a type of a tissue that combinedly working xylem and phloem. Such type of a structure is known as a vascular bundle. There are types of vascular bundle. There are generally three types of vascular bundle: concentric, cojoint, and the radial. Concentric. Concentric. Concentric, that means the arrangement of xylem and phloem, it is according to the on the basis of a central position. Okay. Then conjoint. Conjoint, that is means they are a joint on the basis of the joint. And radial, that means radial arrangement. Let's see detail. There are different terms are given for the different concept are given for the vascular bundle. Let's see the concentric. Concentric, I have explained the arrangement on the basis of a according to the in the position of a center. Let's see first concentric. In the concentric vascular bundle, the one tissue is surrounded by the another tissue. Let's see in first, that is the centrozylic, hydrocentric and the amphicribal. That are simple concept are given, that our tissue are present in a one structure between the two layer. In the if the center xylem is present and surround phloem it is present, that is known as the centroxylic, hydrocentric and the amphicribal. For that purpose there are different name are given. If phloem are present in a peripheral region and the xylem situated in the center, that is known as the amphicribal, hydrocentric and the centroxylic. Centroxylic we can easily remember, in the central xylem is present and the periphery or the external surface there is a phloem is a present. That type of vascular bundle is known as a centroxylic, hydrocentric and the amphicribal. That are completely opposite things. Centrofluic, leptocentric and the amphivassal. Okay, that can, what can definition be arises? The phloem are present in the center and the peripheral region xylem is present. Such type of arrangement of vascular bundle is known as a centrofluic, leptocentric and the amphivassal. That is known as a vascular bundle arrangement on the basis of a concentric. Next is the conjoint vascular bundle. It is also known as a collateral vascular bundle. The vascular bundle, xylem and phloem are present with the joining to each other. Let's see first types, that is a open. First type, that is a open. When xylem and phloem are present to combining, joining to each other. Let's see conjoint. There are the two types, CCO and CCC. That is the conjoint collateral open. When xylem and phloem present side by side on the same radius, that type of vascular bundle is known as a collateral. If the between xylem and the phloem there are the some cambium or the some cell of a cambium are present, a small strip are present, that is known as a cambium. In between the xylem and phloem cambium is present, that type of vascular bundle is known as a open. In this way we can complete this conjoint collateral vascular bundle. Conjoint, that means xylem and phloem are present joined to each other. Okay, and the collateral it is nothing but the xylem and phloem present side by side to each other. And the open, when xylem and phloem there is in xylem and phloem there is a cambium is present, that is known as a conjoint collateral open, CCO. And CCC, conjoint, when xylem and phloem are present jointly to each other. And collateral, they are present side by side and close. Between the xylem and phloem there is no any cambium strip present between the xylem and phloem. Such condition is known as a CC. That means a conjoint collateral and the close. Then is conjoint bicollateral. Conjoint bicollateral, in there is a center xylem is present around the two sides. Bicollateral, upper side also phloem is present, and lower side phloem it is present. That is known as a conjoined bicollateral. Conjoined means the xylem and phloem are present joined to each other. That is known as conjoined. And bicollateral, that means around that one vascular tissue there are the two sides tissue are present. That is known as a bicollateral. Next, last types of vascular tissue, radial vascular arrangement or the vascular bundle. When xylem and the phloem are arranged on the basis of a radially. On one radius there is xylem is present, another radius there is a phloem is present. In each vascular bundle only one type of tissue are present, xylem or phloem, that are the present in a alternate radius. Such vascular present only in a root. Vascular bundle, metaxylem towards the center and the protoxylem towards the periphery. Let's see the radial vascular bundle. It is also made up of two types, metaxylem and the protoxylem. Metaxylem present in the center and the protoxylem present in the periphery. That overall diagram you can remember all types. There are some other types, enlarged and exarch xylem, simply on the basis of the protoxylem arrangement. If protoxylem is present in the center, that is known as a enlarged type, and if protoxylem present towards the periphery, it is known as a exarch type. Simply we can remember, in some vascular plant the protoxylem present towards the center while metaxylem present towards the periphery is called as the enlarged type of a vascular bundle. And exarch, in some vascular bundle metaxylem present towards the inner center, metaxylem present in the center and the protoxylem present in the peripheral region. That type of vascular bundle is known as a exarch type of a vascular bundle. Let's see the function of a vascular bundle. The most important two function you can easily remember: food as well as a water transport. Okay, that are the two function. Xylem element consists of a tracheous vessel fiber which giving the mechanical strength. Phloem is a processing tissue which concern the transportation of organic food from to synthesized area to the working area. Xylem maintain the water level in our body and the cool the temperature of a plant body, due to which all metabolic reaction will be take place. Here are your third type of tissue is completed.